Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Glad you're here. This is actually a very, very important Shabbat and a very important day. And we'll talk a little bit more about that today, later today, about why it's important. I hope that you have some guesses about why it's important. Anybody have a guess? What's your guess? Shabbat. It's Shabbat. Peanut Gallery said it's Shabbat. And that's true. So the sun hasn't gone down yet, but as I was reminded already today, as we've discussed, we get to decide when Shabbat starts as long as we decide as Shabbat starts or sooner. We're not supposed to start Shabbat after, but if we feel really enthusiastic about Shabbat, we are welcome to start it early. We're supposed to wait until the sun goes down, but we're not supposed to go after. We're supposed to, if we want, we can make it a little bit before. We can actually make it a lot before if we want. But sometimes having Shabbat be too long is really not easy because there's all these things you're not supposed to do on Shabbat. But anyway, we can start it early, and that's what we do. Whenever we bless these candles, we're officially saying these candles are our Shabbat candles, and we start it. And not a moment too soon, I think. So that's one good answer. What's special about today? We're about to start Shabbat. Anybody know another reason why today is an especially wonderful, special day? It's not my birthday. That's good, right? What? It's an unbirthday. No, every day is. But it's a kind of a special birthday day. But it's not for me, and it's not for the world, but that's going to be your hint about what happens. I would like to tell you, as you know, that on Shabbat you are not allowed to have any to-do lists. You're not allowed to be stressed at all. You're supposed to leave all that outside the door. I like to joke that it'll be waiting for you Saturday night. When the sun goes down, it's going to be right there waiting for you. Don't worry about it. It's a little bit harder for me to not be stressed during the few weeks before Passover. A little bit harder, except on Shabbat. I'm not changing dishes on Shabbat, and I'm not throwing out chametz. I may eat a lot. You know, on Shabbat, there are no calories. So Shabbat, the 2 weeks before Passover, are my favorite days to eat up all of the chametz in my house because there's no calories. I don't have to worry about it. So I'm good there. Anyway, now you know. That's my little secret. So the first thing we're going to do, though, so that we can get rid of all of our stress, is take a deep breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth, slowly. Come on, seriously, try it again. Until you feel the tension in your neck. You're supposed to keep breathing. I only do 2. I should do at least 3, but I only do 2 because otherwise I could fall asleep. I could get so relaxed I could fall asleep. That would be bad for you, good for me. But we begin our service today for an important reason. We're going to have to use this service, and you'll find out more about that later. We begin on page 38 as we bless the candles and turn Shabbat into Shabbat and bless the wine, bless the day. We rise as our tradition, and I'm calling up Toys family. I'm calling up Lindsay and Craig Toys today.
Well, it's
Gaskins now.
I'm sorry, Lindsay Gaskins and Craig Toys. Thank you. I love that. That's just so cool. Thank you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. You don't want to do it in English? You don't want to do the whole page? You want to do it?
Oh, what do
We'll
you...
just sing.
source of mercy.
Just do it.
Oh, source of mercy,
that's good.
continue your loving care for us and our loved ones. Give us strength to walk in your presence on the path of righteousness, and of paths of righteous, loyal to your Torah, steadfast in goodness.
You forgot to take deep breaths.
Yeah, I guess
That's what it was.
so.
You forgot. I
Sorry.
told everybody. Some people just sit there and say, I refuse to take deep breaths. Take a deep breath. Don't take one while you're by the candles, and we will all read for you.
Okay.
Keep us far from all shame, grief, and anguish. Fill our homes with peace, light, and joy. O God, fountain of life, by your light shall we see light. Tell us what you just said in English, the Hebrew part. We
We
pray.
praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You hallow us with your mitzvot and command us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Amen.
May we be blessed with Shabbat joy.
Amen.
May we be blessed with Shabbat peace.
Amen.
May we be blessed with Shabbat light.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We are now going to turn to page 165. Unless you want to see what he's saying in Hebrew, he's going to chant in Hebrew. And if you want to see the English, look to page 166.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom tehillah למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. קיוונו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
L'chaim.
Amen.
Indeed. I love his voice when he does that. You got to come back, sing for us more
Yeah, it's
often,
grape
sir.
juice. We need real wine.
It's a good year, though, that grape juice. You are welcome to be seated if you say Shabbat Shalom to someone you came in with, Shabbos to someone you didn't come in with. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom back there. Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos, everybody. We are going to continue by welcoming the Sabbath bride on page 46. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת לתחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך אורי אורי. אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. 47, we read responsively a psalm for the Sabbath day. It is good to give thanks to the Eternal One, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to tell of your love in the morning, your faithfulness in the night, to pluck the strings, to sound the lute, to make the harp vibrate.
Your deeds, O God, fill me with gladness. Your work moves me to song. How great are your works, O God, how profound your design.
The righteous shall flourish like palms, grow tall like cedars in Lebanon. Rooted in the house of their God, they shall be ever fresh and green, proclaiming that God is just, my rock in whom no wrong is found. The Eternal One is enthroned, robed in grandeur. The Eternal One is robed, girded with strength, the one who founded the solid earth to be unmoving.
Ageless is your throne, endless your being.
The oceans cry out, Eternal God. The oceans cry out their thunder. The oceans rage in their fury. But greater than the thunder of the torrents, mightier than the breakers of the sea, is the majesty of God on high.
Your law stands firm, and in your temple, O eternal God, holiness abides to the end of time.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה,
אמן.
בעלמא דברה חירותך וימליך מלכותך, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמרה במברך לעלם ועלמי עלמיה, יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמך דקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דע מהירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, whose word brings on the evening. With wisdom you open heaven's gates, and with understanding you make the ages pass and the seasons alternate. Your will controls the stars as they travel through the skies.
You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light. You cause day to pass and bring on the night, separating day from night. You command the hosts of heaven. May the living and eternal God rule us always to the end of time. We praise you, O God, whose word makes evening fall.
Unending is your love for your people, the house of Israel. Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts have you taught us.
Therefore, O God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and rejoice in your Torah and mitzvot forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life and the length of our days. Then your love shall never depart from our hearts. We praise you, God. You love your people, Israel.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Ad. I need everyone to sit down unless you're in my bet class. Guess what? Bet class? You're in my Aleph class? Aleph class? Aleph class? No bet class. We have no bet class. We'll have to do this without them. We can do this. Page 52. Help me out. Pretend you're my bet class. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, b'shivtecha b'vetecha, uvelechtecha v'derech, uv'shochbecha, uv'kumecha, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. You shall love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words, which I command you this day, upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God. All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone are God, there is none else, and we are Israel, your people.
You are our sovereign. You deliver us from the hand of oppressors and save us from the fist of tyrants.
You do wonders without number, marvels that pass our understanding.
You give us our life. By your help we survive all who seek our destruction.
You did wonders for us in the land of Egypt, miracles and marvels in the land of Pharaoh.
You led your people Israel out forever to serve you in freedom.
When your children witnessed your power, they extolled you and gave you thanks. Willingly they enthroned you, and full of joy, Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang this song. Mi chamocha ba'erim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele, malechutecha ra'u vanecha, bokeh לפני משה זריענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. V'ne'emar, and it has been said, the Eternal One delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. We praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel. Grant that we may lie down in peace, eternal God, and raise us up, O Sovereign, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel, and for your name's sake, be our help. Shield us from hatred and plague. Keep us from war and famine and anguish. Subdue our inclination to evil. O God, our guardian and helper, our gracious and merciful sovereign, give us refuge in the shadow of your wings.
O guard our coming and our going, that now and always we have life and peace. We praise you, O God, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל לעשות את השבת לדורות המריד עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המריד עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המריד עולם. Please rise for the tefillah, which begins on page 56. Adonai tzifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Vekoneh Hakol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, Umevii Geula Levnei Bneihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Eternal is your might, O God. All life is your gift. Great is your power to save. With love you sustain the living. With great compassion give life to all. You send help to the fallen and healing to the sick. You bring freedom to the captive and keep faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, mighty one, author of life and death, source of salvation? We praise you, O God, the source of life. You are Kadosh, holy. Your name is Kadosh, holy. And those who strive to be Kedoshim, holy, declare your glory day by day. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We praise you, Eternal One, the Holy God. You set the seventh day apart for your service. It's the goal of creation, more blessed than other days, more sacred than other times. And so we read in the story of creation. Read this crummy translation with me together, please. Now the whole universe, sky, earth, and all their array was completed. With the seventh day, God ended the work of creation, resting on the seventh day, with all the work completed. Then God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, this day having completed the work of creation. The work of creation wasn't done, but this translation is pretending it was. God finished God's part, and now it's our job to do the rest of it. But that's the translation they're giving us. I'm sorry about that. We continue at the bottom of the page. Our God, God of our fathers and our mothers, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us with your mitzvot, and let your Torah be our way of life. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, eternal God, let your holy Sabbath remain our heritage, that all Israel, hallowing your name, may find rest and peace. We praise you, O God, for the Sabbath and its holiness. Be gracious, eternal God, to your people Israel, and receive our prayers with love. O may our worship always be acceptable to you. Fill us with the knowledge that you are near to all who seek you in truth. Let our eyes behold your presence in our midst and in the midst of our people in Zion. We praise you, O God, whose presence gives life to Zion and all Israel. And this is why we're doing this service, because of what's at the bottom of page 60. One of the things that was special that we started today by lighting the candles was Shabbat, but another very awesome thing that we're starting is the beginning of a new month, the month of Nisan, and officially a new year, because the year actually starts with Nisan. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but we say that at the bottom of page 60. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, ya'alev yavo v'yizacher zichronenu, v'zichron kol amcha beit Yisrael, lefanecha letova, lechen, lechesed, u'lerachamim, lechaim, u'leshalom. O God, our God, God of our fathers and our mothers, be mindful of your people Israel on this first day of the new month, and renew in us love and compassion, goodness, life, and peace. Zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo letova, this day, remember us for well-being.
Amen.
Ufagdenu vo levracha, this day, bless us with your nearness.
Amen.
V'hoshienu vo lechaim, this day, help us to a fuller life.
Amen.
We gratefully acknowledge that you are our God and the God of our people, the God of all generations. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age. We thank you and sing your praises for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. You are goodness, your mercies never end. You are compassion, your love will never fail. You have always been our hope. For all these things, O sovereign God, let your name be forever exalted and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Eternal God, whose nature is goodness, we give you thanks and praise. Do we get to add the part about Hanukkah? Is it Hanukkah?
No.
No, sorry about that. It's not that kind of special. It is special. We now say a prayer of peace on page 63.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Be'tov b'necha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol ed ubechol shah bishlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Take a moment in the service to pray the prayers that are in our hearts. We can pray a moment silently. ratzon.
May the words of my mouth
Imre fi v'hegyon libi.
and the meditations of my heart
Lefanecha.
be acceptable to you.
Lefanecha.
Be acceptable to you.
Adonai tzuri. Tzuri v'gohali.
My rock and my redeemer.
Adonai tzuri.
God, my rock
V'gohali.
and redeemer.
At this point in our service, our hearts and our prayers turn to those who are ill or recuperating as we turn to the inside back cover of our prayer book. Included in my list today, the people for whom we're praying are Sharon Axe, Jerry Arnold, Lee Bloomberg, Kelly Bollinger, Henry Lane Dreyfus, Carol Ginsberg, Jay Glazer, Bruce Goldstein, Amy Morris, Cecile Murrell, Pauline Murrell, Barbara Schneider, Sister Mary Joan, John Worthington, Georgette Torres. If you have other people you'd like to include in your prayers, I invite you to call them out now. For all these names, for the names we choose to hold in our hearts and not say out loud, we pray together. O God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them.
Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them
and to their dear ones. May
May
they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. We praise you, O God, the source of healing and health. Mi shebeirach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We add, Misheberach avotenu v'imotenu. May the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we have entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us in this country, in the land of Israel, and everywhere they have been called to serve. May they return home safely, and let us say,
Amen.
we are deploying one of our guys this weekend. So we have special prayers in our hearts for our guys who are going over. I told you we've got special things that are happening today. So the first thing that I said that was special that started today is
The new month.
Shabbat. The other thing was a new month, the month of Nisan, which was named after the car, which was named after... It wasn't named after... Why did they change their car name to be... It was fine when it was a Datsun, and we didn't get into trouble with this. It's a Jewish, I don't know what it is. But anyway, Nisan is the name of the holiday. In the Torah, it was called the month of Aviv, the month of spring. And it's not surprising that the new year actually starts with springtime. Most of us think of Rosh Hashanah, and you've heard me do this spiel a billion times. Rosh Hashanah is the beginning of the year. The calendar year turns over at Rosh Hashanah. That's when we go from, we're now in 5776, we will go to 5777. We're used to that. We're used to having different kinds of years. When you have a birthday, your year starts there and ends there. If you have a school year, your year starts and ends in a different place. If you have a financial year, we're about to have to do our taxes or deadly in the end of April, in the middle of April. And we're used to that. We can do that. You know that the Jewish calendar has 4 New Years? What are our 4 New Years? Yeah, I like that. Some people are listening and they went, what? What are our 4 New Years? We mentioned 2. We mentioned Nisan, the first of the year of the beginning is spring, and we know Rosh Hashanah, which is the creation of the world. I mean, that's like a birthday for the world kind of thing, or the creation of humanity, and that starts another year for us. And in around January or February, we also celebrate the birthday of the tree. I'm a tree, right? Tu B'Shvat. And there's one other that we don't do very often here because it's not quite as impactful to us anymore. And that is the first day of the month of Elul, which is a month before Rosh Hashanah, is the new year for the animals. And it was more significant at a time when we were using animals as offerings. That's why it's not as critical. It's not because we don't have as many animals now, but maybe. But anyway, that's the 4th of the New Year's on the Jewish calendar. But I like thinking about newness. I like thinking about how the spring is a time of new things. It always was weird to me that the new year started in the fall, that as soon as the leaves started falling off the trees and everything went bare, that was when we were supposed to start our new year. We've talked about this before, about how even though it's the same as when the day starts when everything shuts down. The sun goes down, that's when you start your day. The first thing you do is go to sleep. It's not a bad idea, but it's just a strange way for us to think about it, because in the American mentality, a new day starts like when you wake up or when the sun comes up or a second after midnight or something like that. And we don't think of it as when you go to sleep, that's when you start a new day. But according to Torah, that's what we have as the new day. But especially because of the fact that we have the spring and the 1st of Nisan starting now, I like thinking about the fact that we are very specifically at a new beginning again now. It's not hard to see. The flowers are blooming. It's a beautiful time to think of newness. I had roses on my bush outside. I don't do anything to it, and it still gives me roses. I don't know why. But we have, everywhere you look, there's magnificent flowers, greenness. That rain that we had that flooded so many things, immediately the ground turned greener and things. I like that. But in Jewish tradition, it's not just about the newness and the rebirth, but it's also about Passover. We are obligated to have Passover during that month of spring. And it actually comes, as you know, gulp, gulp, gulp. 2 weeks from tonight, we start Passover. You'd think that we would be excited about that because it has to do with freedom. But you know what? Freedom's not so easy. And preparing for freedom is even harder. Most of the time we don't get a chance to prepare for it. But we're preparing somewhat for freedom. And so a couple of things happen that I just wanted to point out. A difference between Rosh Hashanah as a new year and Nisan as a new year and preparing for this freedom. I think that at Rosh Hashanah we're thinking about our new year. I got this awesome email today that had a great lineage because it was sent to me from the Carrolls in Marshall, Texas, who got it from the Federation in Hartford, Connecticut, who got it from the Chabad rabbi in South Africa. And it was really awesome. It said, you know how every year, maybe around your birthday, you have a physical checkup? You go for a physical? So he said, and it was great, he said, you should go every year for a spiritual instead of for a physical. You should have your spiritual checked out. I may use it again at the High Holy Days because I think it's perfect. And it talks about how you check, like you go for your height and unfortunately your weight and all these things. And you can do that about your Jewish spiritual sense. One of them that I liked the most was about the guy who goes to the doctor and he wants to find out what his blood pressure is. So the guy had never done this before. And the doctor says, I have to check your blood. How's your blood pressure? So give me your arm. And he said, why are you checking my arm for my blood pressure? And the doctor said, well, that's good, and we can find out a lot about the heart by checking your arm. And so this rabbi said, you know, it's the same with us in Judaism. Like we just said, you bind it on your hand because the more deeds we do with our hands, the better our Jewish heart is doing. But I still think of that as being about my personal spirituality. When I think about the High Holy Days, when I think about Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, I think about my personal spirituality. What I love about this time of year, starting with tonight and the beginning of Nisan, we are not thinking just about me as an individual, but it is the time of year when we are thinking about us as a people more than any other time of the year. That we are, see that? We are thinking about getting ready for the moment when we are all freed as a people. According to Torah, it was at least 600,000 of us being freed together, and we were together. It wasn't just one of us thinking about what I did this year or thinking about how can I be a better person. It's all of us together. There's a part, as a matter of fact, Martin is here. It was his Torah portion for his bar mitzvah that it said, I remember us talking about this at the kitchen table, it said that if during Passover, you're supposed to eat matzah and you're supposed to give up chametz. And it said, if you don't give up chametz for the whole week, then you will be cut off from the Jewish community. And you should have seen Martin and Palmer go, what? I didn't know that. And what does that mean to be cut off from the Jewish community? You get to keep coming back because people who have chametz, whether by accident or even on purpose, get to keep coming back. But in some sense, you personally have cut yourself off from what Jews do. And I like that about this time of year. We have to think about, we have to make the choice over and over again to be a part of the what do we do thing. What do we do? And I love the fact that what we do is we take care of ourselves, we go for our spiritual, and we go for our physical, but we also take care of each other. And we also take care of our world. So with this new month of spring, with this new Nisan, I encourage you to renew your commitment to being part of something that's bigger than you are. Mr. President, speaking of things, our congregation is being, and you know what I should have said is, if you come to Torah study tomorrow, I didn't even mention the Torah portion because it's all about skin diseases. So I hope that you're coming tomorrow because we could use your help to talk about skin diseases in the Torah portion this week and next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shabbat Shalom, y'all.
Shabbat Shalom.
So I hope everyone's having a good week. I certainly am, and it's nice for the weekend. Just to refresh the rabbi and kind of say a little bit more, this week in particular reminds me of a few years back, like 30 years ago, and when Connie and I were doing our residency, and we happened to be in a little town in Georgia called Augusta, and there's a little golf tournament there this weekend, and I hope y'all all get to watch a little bit of it. We were fortunate enough to be able to walk around the course a few times and see it, and the TV really doesn't do it justice. Augusta is very, very pretty. It's a beautiful golf course. But in speaking to the rabbi, what she said tonight, that Judaism is inclusive. And what happened back then, 30 years ago, was pretty amazing to us, I think. At that time, the residents would get together one night a week and one night a year, actually, and have a get-together, a festivity. And well, let me back up and say that Connie and I were members of the congregation back there, and we feel like we're a warm and caring congregation, and we are. And I can assure you that because we were welcomed in Augusta, but not the same way we hope everybody feels welcome here. It was different. All these towns are a little bit different. Augusta's a little bit backward, and it was a little slower than Shreveport, if you can imagine. I mean, that's hard to believe. And so anyway, every year, all the residents would get together, and we'd go and have a function and dinner and have a good time. And we were planning on having a night at one of the country clubs, not Augusta National, but another prominent country club in Augusta. And the day before the dinner, we were informed that we couldn't have dinner at where we were planning on having dinner. You know, why not? Well, there were Jews and there were blacks who were residents. And they said, sorry, the country club didn't allow it. So we had to pick a different place. And I'd never heard of that. That was kind of amazing. And to this day, I wonder what would happen if, you know, Tiger Woods was a resident. I don't know what if they changed their philosophy. But even in this day and age, we're having what's going on in North Carolina, Mississippi with some of these laws. A lot has changed in the last 30 years, thank goodness. But now we're discriminating against others. And with your privilege, I'd like to just play a little snippet here of something I heard on the internet. And I know y'all hate this, but I'm gonna let y'all listen and see if I can get this on. Let's see if this will work.
I thought a lot about what I wanted to say today, and there's something I want to get off my chest. It's a mole that looks like it's changed shape, but I'm going to talk to my doctor about that. What I really want to talk about today is what happened this week in Mississippi. I don't know what Mr. Sippy's doing, but I'm very worried about Mississippi. So if you don't know, the governor of the state signed a religious freedom bill, which might sound good because the word freedom is in it. But here's what it means. Under the law, if you say for religious reasons, you can deny gay people marriage, adoption, and foster care services, fire or refuse to employ them, and decline to rent or sell them property. Now, I'm not a political person. I'm really not. But this is not politics. This is human rights. And I mean, and when I see something wrong, I have to talk about it. It's the same thing that I do when I see men wearing spandex in line at Starbucks. It's wrong, and I need to discuss it. So this issue is very personal to me, obviously. I'm disappointed for several reasons. First of all, Mississippi is the only state I know how to spell. Second of all, that is the definition of discrimination. It is also something that the Supreme Court already ruled on when they made marriage a right for everyone. Everyone. And they're supreme. I mean, that's the best you can get. It's like the Nacho Supreme from Taco Bell. The Supreme Court said the same thing that Diana Ross and the Supreme said a long time ago, stop in the name of love. And now, yes. And now Mississippi is saying, I don't second that emotion. Sometimes I think it's easier to explain things if you break it down. So imagine this. Okay, so two cupcakes walk into a flower shop, and they want to buy a dozen roses. But the florist doesn't believe in selling flowers to cupcakes because they don't have any money. But gay people do, so sell them damn flowers. I grew up in the South, right next door in Louisiana. I used to go to Mississippi as a kid all the time. My Aunt Helen lived there. So if you're in Mississippi or North Carolina or anywhere, and you're saddened by the fact that people are judging you based on who you love, Don't lose hope. I was fired for being gay, and I know what it feels like. I lost everything, but look at me now. I could buy that governor's mansion, flip it, and make a $7 million profit. I mean, look, there's already so much inequality in the world, women's rights, gender pay gap, racism. I think we need to remember that we are more similar than we are different, and we all want the same things: love, acceptance, kindness, and I want one of those new Teslas. And so I advocate for less hate and more love, less tearing apart and more coming together, less sitting and more dancing.
All right. So anyway, I hope in 25 years we can look at this and laugh and realize that, as you know, Judaism stands for equality for all, and we're working to better this world in a lot of different ways. So sorry to burden y'all with that, but I thought it was funny, and it went along with the rabbi, her message for tonight. So anyway, everybody, Shabbat Shalom. Tot Shabbat is tomorrow, 9 to 9:30. All the kids can come and have fun. This Sunday from 11 to 12, we have a family discussion for Jews and non-Jews. The rabbi's going to discuss Passover. We're going to collect chametz and other food for the food bank. Please bring your donations through Sunday, April the 17th. The kitchen is being cleaned for Passover on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Please come if you want to help. The Nakama team is in town helping clean homes that were flooded. They're planning on staying through April the 11th. If you can help them or donate or provide food, please contact our office. And then, as you know, April the 10th, this is Sunday, through the 14th is the Shreveport Jewish Film Festival at the Robinson. There'll be an opening reception at 6, and there are a lot of good shows to watch. Please read your bulletin. It's got them all in there, and you should have gotten something in the mail. And then, as you know, the Seder is Friday, April the 22nd at 6:30 p.m., and we'll not have services here that night. We'll incorporate services during the Seder. And last May the 5th is our camp fundraiser, and we've got lots of children here in this community that are going to be attending camp, and we would appreciate everyone. This will be a fun night, not only to get together, but also to fund camp scholarships. Donations were made for Pulpit Flowers in memory of Abe A. Gilbert by the family, in honor of Edmund Golden by Margaret Rifkin, in memory of Molly B. Tech by Debbie DeLynn. Thank you.
Thank you. And I had two more things. Remember to vote tomorrow if you're in Caddo Parish. And I don't remember what the second thing was. We have cousins in Augusta. They're at a nice congregation, but I think they're Orthodox. It was their congregation, actually. They gave me the idea of having the Torah ark for the little kids, so they were inclusive too. But thank you for that. I now need everyone under the age of 13 to come help me open up the ark, and everyone else turn to page 148, except she could come. Is she old enough? You don't want to come up with her? Open the ark. Page 248, please rise when the ark is open. Oh, look, we have 2 Torah scrolls. Our Torah is back. Yay!
Yeah.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך. And in the middle of page 149 we sing ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו ark is closed and the Torahs get thrown back, you may be seated. Yeah, if you want. Okay, good. Close it. That's what those are for. The hugging, the throwing. Nice job, guys. Thank you. Ooh, careful. Not throwing the doors, just throwing the soft things. You may be seated. And along the lines of what we said before, although we've already sung the song at the end of it, I'd like to turn to page 150. And the second to the bottom paragraph, we read together, O source of life, may we, created in your image, embrace one another in friendship and in joy. Then shall we be one family, and then shall your sovereignty be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. The eternal God will reign forever and ever. On that day, O God, you shall be one, and your name shall be one. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate of the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. To our knowledge, we had no lives lost during military actions, police actions, or fire actions this week. I say thank you. We continue on page 152. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear, but love and understanding can help us pass through the darkness toward the light. Out of affliction, the psalmist learned the law of God, and in truth, grief is a great teacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silence in their presence, and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus, even when they're gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live, as in their higher moments they themselves wished to live. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones whom death has taken from us this past month. We remember Susan Vegan, Ira Katz, and Jeff Seligman. And as we remember those who lost their parents this year, the parents who our congregations lost include Mimi Hussey, Dr. Sidney Solomon Slutsky, Dr. Donald Rosen, Morris Sommer, Dr. Lowry Vasca, Yvette Bell Sommer, Val Gold, Annie Vinsky, Rhoda Gold, Marty Goldstein, and Arnie Ferrer. And as we remember those who died at this season in years past, we take them into our hearts with our own. Those for whom we're observing Yortsites this past week include Morris Anisman, Isidore Friedman, Salome Gardspain, Louis Golden, Alfred Grossman, Louis Cooperman, Clara Lieber, Harry Rosenzweig, Nellie Schwartz, Miriam Sklar, and Doris Sussman Yates. In this moment of memory, our griefs and sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise as together we praise your name. I feel like that may not be the right list, was it? I feel like it wasn't the right list. I think that was next week's list. I would like to read the correct list because we have names we have to remember for this week. The week that ends on the 9th includes, and I'm sorry, would you like to sit? If it's comfortable for you to stand and sit, you may sit, but you may stay standing. Felix Alkas, Brad Batterby, Melita Frankel, Abe A. Gilbert, Abram Ginsberg, Edmund Golden, Barbara Goodman, Mabel Canlander Levy, Charlton E. Meyer Sr., Louis Ox, Nathan Pfeiffer, Louis Silverblatt, Sally Sorkin, Bob Sussman, Molly Tech, Norma Weinstein, Henry S. Wiseman Jr., Walter Wallens, and John Zuzak. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 154. The translation is on 155. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv, vimru amen. Yehi shemei rabba mevarach le'alam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. You may be seated, but if you're under the age of 13, I want you to help me bless this challah so that we can partake of the Oneg Shabbat deliciousness, or dinner, whatever comes next for you. Let's come over here. Zoop. And hold the bottom of this. Oh, it's just adorable. That's another Sorky special. Are you ready? It does look small. How are we going to share that? You guys going to be able to manage? Ready? Go. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon. I'm going to hold the tray and you grab. Everybody get some. Take some and share with the people where you were sitting. Whoa, almost crash, except for that one. I got that one. Everyone else, please rise for the closing benediction. It is a blessing for us to be together as we anticipate our freedom. The truth is we are still free, except from some of those kinds of mentalities that it's our responsibility now to try to deal with in this world, to make the world the kind of place that we want it to be. That's what I mean by new beginnings. Every day we get to make a choice to make the world be the place we need it to be. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you, be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face always be looking up at you, and may God grant you peace. Shabbat shalom.